today.
Agree or disagree.
We're talking about agree or disagree, right?
Exactly. This is the topic of agree or disagree.
Is there an agree or disagreement with climate change? Really? Is that another topic we need to agree or disagree with?
Mm,
Yeah, so today, as Brad stated, we're going to be talking about agree, disagree. This is for students or teachers that are having problems with the speaking parts with FCE, PET has a section, and CAE. Those are Cambridge exams that students take or that people take um, to test their English level, their abilities, their capabilities. And as most of you probably know, Cambridge has these different exams. And in the speaking sections, there are times where you're going to have to agree or disagree with a statement or an idea or an opinion. And in today we're going to be doing that. We're going to be talking about how to do these things, how to agree, how to disagree. So let's get started.
yes, let's.
You'll see the screen. I forgot to put the screen up. You'll see the screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Okay.
Yes.
Now, we're not going to cover all of the slides in this session today because this PPT is for a class. And you'll be able to download this PPT once you go to EnglishFunZone.com and join the platform, and you'll be able to see that as well as other PPTs for different live streams and videos. Especially if you're a member, you get more videos and more downloads if you join English Fun Zone. We're going to be talking about different statements today and whether or not we agree with the statement or disagree with the statement. So let's look at this slide. These are statements that you can make if you agree with the statement. So, Brad, let's read these together. I'll read one, you read one, and we'll just read them together, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I agree with this statement.
I completely agree with this statement.
I totally agree.
I definitely prefer to.
Absolutely. I agree with this statement.
I couldn't agree more with this statement.
I wholeheartedly agree with this statement. Okay, so those are things that you can say when you agree. Now, if you disagree with something, I disagree with this statement.
I completely disagree with this statement.
I totally disagree.
I definitely prefer not to.
I absolutely disagree with the statement.
I couldn't disagree with more with this statement.
I wholeheartedly disagree with this statement. So as you can see, a lot of these are just the opposite of the agreement statements. It's also important to know that when you're agreeing or when you're disagreeing, how to get started. So if we start your questioning of do you agree or disagree, instead of saying, do you agree with me, which a lot of students say, they'll say, do you agree with me? You can use phrases like, how do you feel about?
Do you agree?
What's your opinion?
Don't you think that?
Right. So these are different statements or questions that you can ask to get the conversation going. And here we have some other ways to agree or disagree. We can say, we see eye to eye on this.
I couldn't agree with you more.
That's exactly how I feel.
You have a point there.
I was just going to say that.
Absolutely.
That sounds sort of funny when it's in that order. And then disagree, we don't see eye to eye on this.
I get your point.
I tend to agree with you there. Or I tend to disagree with you there.
I'm afraid I have to disagree with you there. Reading is important, Ellie.
You're right. I
Mm,
beg to differ.
that's not always the case.
Right. So those are
Mm.
the Ways to disagree. Now, to end an argument, it's also important, especially if you have a 2 minute uh, cutoff where you have to come to a decision. And this is very difficult if you don't know the question to ask. So, a question would be, let's move on, shall we?
Mhm. Or you could say, let's make a decision.
Or, I'm glad we agree.
Or I think we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Right. So, coming to an end with your agreement and disagreement statements, you can say some of these things to come to an end. So, I hope you find these phrases and statements and questions helpful. We're going to be discussing, do aliens and UFOs exist? Do aliens and UFOs exist? What's
Mm,
your opinion? Okay, we'll
what's my
start with that
opinion?
question. What's your opinion, Brad?
It's my opinion is it, as I said in a previous podcast, it depends how you ask me the question. If you ask me, do I think that aliens exist, that there is life beyond Earth? My answer is probably yeah. Yeah, probably. If you ask me, are there things in the sky we don't know? My answer is probably. If you're saying, well, do you think those are alien craft bringing aliens that are building the pyramids and doing naughty things to people? No, there's no evidence of it.
So
What do
you
you
don't
think?
you don't believe in alien abductions,
Absolutely not.
really? Okay. All
What do
right.
you
I
think, Lee?
I agree with you that there is a possibility that aliens exist.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that I think that aliens have visited Earth. I it's hard for me to agree with you that aliens have not come into our world. I think they have participated, intervened in some way. In what ways, I don't know. I do think that there is a possibility of that happening or have happened.
Be
Here are some
surprised.
things that you can say to when you're having a discussion or you're in your exam and you're trying to reach a decision. Here are some things you can say. Well, I think it's definitely not aliens.
And I would say we can eliminate aliens right away, don't you think?
So then what do you think is the best one or the best choice?
I guess you think we should choose alien, right, Ellie?
Are we both in favor of aliens?
Sure, they're interesting. They're cool. So we agree.
I don't think we're going to agree on this.
Exactly. So let's agree to disagree.
And there you have it.
Yes.
Okay. So there's that's an example for you on how you can have an opinion about something and express disagreement and express agreement. You can talk about your experiences, what you believe, and when you express your opinion, stay firm. Don't waver.
But
Actually,
be
you can
polite and
change your
respect
mind.
the other person.
A lot of students ask me, well, what if I don't have an opinion? What if I don't have an opinion about aliens? That's okay too. During the exam, if you have to make a decision or make a choice, lie. These exams aren't asking for the truth, and they're not asking if
Mm,
you really truly believe something. The exams, all these exams are is what's your vocabulary? Can you put a sentence together? Do you speak with the proper intonation?
mhm.
And those are the things they're looking at. They're not looking at your opinion or what your beliefs are. The purpose of the exam is how well do you speak English? Now, you can have an accent. That's not the issue. You can have an accent when you speak in English, as long as you're using proper grammar, good vocabulary, and you're able to string sentences together to make your point. And that's the most important thing. So
I would agree as someone who is a student himself with Czech, because I'm preparing for a Czech test, hopefully this year. And my teacher keeps telling me, no, 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 Brad, don't ask that. Don't think that. Just say, I like pizza. It doesn't matter. Lie. Just say this.
right,
So,
make a choice.
exactly.
Exactly. Because they don't want yes, no, yes, no. They want you to speak. And
Mhm.
they do this so that you say something. And if you, like I said, if you don't have an opinion, lie, be creative. and and it's the first time probably in your life where someone's telling you to lie, because that's better than saying I don't know, I don't care. No, say something, lie.
Mhm.
Now if you go to the calendar of events, you'll know when the next live stream will be and what we'll be talking about, what the topic will be. So you want to make sure you go to EnglishFunZone.com. Can I say that enough times? Go to
You're everything,
EnglishFunZone.com.
Ellie. Go right ahead.
Yeah, and check out the calendar, the events calendar. It'll tell you when the live streams are and what the topic will be. So if you have any questions or comments or even a suggestion of a live stream, for a live stream, post it in the comment section below. And thanks for sharing this with your friends and for subscribing and all of that other fun stuff.
You have to find the right balance of skepticism and acceptance, I think, in life. And also, the other thing is agree to disagree as a concept is something that we as a species should really have a better handle of. Just because you disagree politically, religiously, economically, does not mean that you are evil incarnate and must be destroyed. You're just a person with a different opinion.
Right. And
As you all saw, Ellie's students, Ellie and I really disagree on the topic we just had, but we're both still smiling, and we're still going to be here in 2 weeks. Because we like each other and respect each other. And
right.
in the end, it was just a discussion. So remember that it's just a discussion on a topic. It doesn't mean that your friend is now your enemy. Just keep that in mind.
And I fully agree with you there, and I couldn't agree with you more. Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
So, I have unfortunately lost friends simply for disagreeing on really mundane things. So I know from experience that people can get very angry. But try not to be that way, guys. It's just a conversation. You can agree to disagree.
Right. And for those that are preparing for a Cambridge exam, I hope you found this useful, and I'll wish you the best on those exams. And thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope you'll come back in 2 weeks. But Sunday is going to be the live stream for members only. And then Monday we'll be back here with another topic. And I'll post that on the events calendar at EnglishFunZone.com. I'm Ellie, wishing you all the best. Keep practicing. And until next time, please keep practicing. Brad, thank you.
Brad, wishing you the same. Until then.